My name is Mireya Gomez Contreras, and I'm the Program Director for the Day Worker Center of Santa Cruz County. It's the very first Day Worker Center on the Central Coast, and we're very happy to have opened on April 2nd, 2013. So I'm here with one of the day workers who's been involved with the Day Worker Center for, like 6 to 8 months?
Yeah.
How is this center different from River Street in front of ProBuild? Because that's where you used to look for work, is that right?
Yeah, that's where I used to go for work. Of course, the center's more organized. Instead of running 2 cars, and sometimes customers get a little scared. You know, you got 7, 8 people running for the job. Here, it's more organized. It's more relaxed. It's more, if you're not on the list, then you don't go out.
What about your family? Do you have family here in Santa Cruz?
Yes, I got my daughter and my son. And all my brothers and sisters here in Santa Cruz for a long time. Yeah, we've been living here for about 35 years.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I'm Kathy Runyon. Tonight I'm here with Mireya Gomez Contreras, who's the head of the Day Worker Center in Santa Cruz, and Alberto Zuniga and Juan
Gaona.
The Day Worker Center is a program of the Community Action Board of Santa Cruz County, which is a nonprofit here in the county. And it's been in the planning for about 5 years.
Why does Santa Cruz County need a Day Worker Center?
What's happening now at the informal hiring sites is very chaotic. Negotiations that take place between an employer and a day worker out on the street, in a parking lot, can be, it's a difficult one sometimes.
I don't know, it's just respectful. Instead of rushing to cars, you hang out, the homeowner or contractor comes in the office and sets up what type of work he has, and Mireya goes through her paperwork and see who qualifies for that job.
It's pretty easy. People sometimes they think they have to spend some money doing that application, and they don't have to do that.
So
just show up, fill the application, and you become a member. After that, keep the safe environment. Yeah, that's the priorities with this program. The center has been giving us a great opportunity to put our skills. It's a good thing working with the center.
Had
They work
meetings before the center opened, how it's going to open, rules and regulations about the center.
There's a group of people that has been involved in the planning, in the research and the planning for the Day Worker Center. And we call that group the Day Worker Advisory Council. It's made up of community members from different sectors. Day workers have been involved in that committee. But one of the things we did early on is we adopted a model, a service delivery model. And it's a combined social service and worker-led model. And the worker-led piece has been really important. Both Alberto and Juan have been involved in the research and planning. They elected their leadership group. So they had a president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and an outreach person. And so over the course of the last 2 years, beginning in 2011, they have been meeting on a weekly basis. And yeah, one of the things that they developed are these set of rules. There's 15 rules. Number 3, day laborers will be required to help maintain the center. So day laborers are involved at the center to make sure that it's presentable, that there's services happening there that are helpful to them. The job distribution system, there's the membership system, we have a volunteer program. The sun's coming out and people are beginning to garden. Most of our jobs have been landscaping, weeding, a little bit of tile work outside or brickwork. What the center does is we help the employer meet a day worker who knows how to do the job that's needed at the employer's home. Most employers are homeowners.
The word of mouth is better than radio station, TV, to me, because you're proving your work to one person, and he's, after you prove it, he'll go beyond because he's a happy customer.
Right.
So then he tells friends, families, neighbors, you know, and that's the way I think the program's going to succeed.
And it's my understanding that you now have a full-time job.
Yes, I do. I work at a tool shed.
And I heard Brian, the producer of the show, ask you earlier if you know how to grease a dump truck.
Yeah.
You know, and tell us about that.
And it's an easy job. I think the hardest thing is to know exactly where all the, you know, grease points are at.
I don't know where they are. We went down to Home Depot and did some filming down there.
As part of the work that we do at the Day Worker Center, we come out to the informal hiring sites. Today we're here at Home Depot on 41st Avenue in SoCal, and we come and talk to the day workers, and we invite them to come visit the Day Worker Center so that they can register at the center and look for work there.
So you called this an informal area to have the workers get a job. What other areas do the workers go to?
The workers also congregate in front of the Home Depot in Watsonville. They also congregate in front of the Pro Build store on River Street in Santa Cruz, and there's two more home improvement stores up in the San Lorenzo Felton area where they stand outside on the street or in the parking lots looking for work. When the Day Worker Center did a study in 2007, the numbers that we pulled from that were that about between 200 to 400 day workers are waiting at these informal hiring sites on any given day. Of course, those numbers change or fluctuate depending on the season and depending on the weather. Of the workers that are standing at the informal hiring sites, a very low percentage go to work regularly. Today, for example, and it's about 10:30 now, and we're here at the 41st Home Depot, 6 or so people have gone out to work. And there probably won't be more than another 1 or 2 that go out to work. So the percentage is very low. I would say 10% go out to work on any given day. But I also know workers who come here for 3, 4, 5 consecutive days and don't find work here. And that means that they spend those 4 days watching cars go by, you know, and not getting money in their pocket, and not being with their families at home, having spent the $2 in one direction to get here, and then $2 to ride the bus back to their, mostly probably Watsonville, though there are some people that ride the bus to this location that live in Santa Cruz. One of the pieces of material that I bring with me is this flyer, and it just basically is a flyer that invites the workers to come and get to know their center. And it's got our hours of operation, and it's got my name and number, and it's got a nice photo of some of the other workers that are registered there. There are also a lot of activities that they can take part in at the Day Worker Center. ESL classes several times a week, health and safety classes, there's computer classes. And here, unless they bring a book to read, and most of them do not, although I've seen 1 or 2, really what they do here is they stand around watching cars go by and looking at people to see if they want to pick them up for the day and hire them.
And I'm interviewing Antonio, who is in front of Home Depot, and he is a worker who is looking for a job here. What have you been doing here?
I'm coming to work. I take my wife, my mom, my brothers, my sisters, everything, my family, my kids too. I got 4 kids, so it's fine.
So do you take care of all these people?
Wait a minute, kid.
¿Cuidas a todas estas personas que acabas de mencionar?
Oh yeah, I live with my mom. Yeah, I need watch because my mom she got the diabetes, so I need to much be careful to share too. I look in everything, you know. Estoy aquí muy listo y me voy a trabajar. Si estoy dormido, no voy a trabajar. So I looking for the face, the people when you go the driver. So I look in the face every time y agarro trabajo.
You can tell by looking at the driver's face whether they're looking for a worker or not?
Yes, because the face is everything. Yeah.
Tell me what the face says.
Oh, look at it. Hey, 2 guys, or 1 person, or you see, come here, you know.
So what kind of jobs do they hire you for?
Yeah, I clean the yardas, the construction, demolition, concrete, everything, you know, clean the yardas, clean the houses, moving stuff, change the tires, the cars,
Oh, wow.
everything, you know, change the oil, the cars. We can do everything, mas just I need work.
Right.
So every time I am the first guy to go to the job, you know, I am the first guy. In the morning, I am the first.
You're the first guy down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to say?
I like it. The Santa Cruz es muy bonitas personas. Por eso estoy aquí para ayudarles. Y that's it, you know. Yo no sé, Santa Cruz tiene las mejores personas.
¿Has vivido en otras áreas?
Sí, en todo, en Texas, en Watsonville,
You've lived in Texas.
en Los Ángeles y Santa Cruz es más diferente.
The center in and of itself, I think, is really helpful and effective in preventing wage theft. That's one of our primary goals at the center. You know, we track the information, we track the name of the employer and the phone number and the address. I mean, those three things are critical if we wanted to ever follow up with an employer for a good or bad reason. I think over time employers also know that workers have rights and that they will practice their, you know, that they will stand up and demand their rights and demand that their rights be respected. I don't know of any day worker center where an employer has hired a worker from a center and not paid them.
I would go to work with a customer, and he looks for you. There's that trust, you know, and I think with the center, you know, the homeowners are gonna feel more trusted, more safe.
That happened to me one time. The other guys, almost the same.
At ProBuild, you know, it's you and the customer. And, you know, sometimes, it never happened to me, but sometimes people don't get paid. But sometimes somebody gets picked up and the guy says, I'll be back in 2 hours, and you don't see him again. You know, so I know with the center, you know, you'll feel more safe, more relaxed to just concentrate on doing the job instead of worrying about, you know, where is this, is he going to take off on me? So, you know, I think it's a lot better having the center there than just hanging out at a ProBuild.
That happened to me one time. Being in the program, in the worker center, is better for me. Like Juan said, it's better for the employers. We are here for work
Yes.
and make people happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A job match happens maybe in 5 minutes. You know, an employer calls the center and asks, if they ask for Juan Gaona and he's there, then if they've worked before, then we just have them communicate directly so that they can figure out what day and time and what the job is going to be. If an employer calls and they're not asking for someone specifically, then we have a list of workers that are at the Day Worker Center, and we start one by one at the top and tell them what the job is. If they're able to do it, and if they agree to the wage, then we dispatch them. So it's quick and easy to hire a worker.
And what kind of skills do the day workers have?
So landscaping, a lot of gardening work, and also a little bit of. These guys have experience with working in the construction industry, you know, and so they can put in cement, they can put in tile. Like Alberto said, they can paint. They know how to use a variety of tools.
And actually, I got a part-time job in a moving company. So I'm a mover too. When I have no work in the moving company, I am by the center.
And how many jobs do you think you've gotten since April the 2nd down there?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot. Now I need a break. Need a break.
A vacation, huh?
Yeah, I feel like that.
That's good.
That is good. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
I believe we have some video footage to look at
Yes.
about the Day Worker Center. So we'll take a look at that right now.
Today, what we have going on here at the center is workers are painting the exterior of the house. And it serves a lot of purposes. One, it's going to make our site look more attractive. And it will fit really well with our beautiful landscape design that workers volunteered to to put in. The other thing is some workers here who don't have too much experience with painting or preparing the walls for painting, they're learning those skills, and that will make it better for them to get more employment and possibly to get paid more than they would otherwise. So they're teaching each other today to paint, and that's one of the key components of our program, is to be able to provide opportunities for workers to improve their employment skills, along with ESL classes, computer classes, and another important aspect of our program is to be able to provide educational experiences and classes so that workers understand what their rights are as workers, so that they can advocate for themselves both with an employer or, as any worker.
My name is Jesus Villegas.
Have you ever been to a day worker center before this one?
Yeah, one in Seattle, like 2 years ago, and another one in Phoenix, Arizona. We're gonna do our thing, to pitch in a little, to gain some faith in the system, and one hand watches another hand. So, for me, it works.
Let me introduce you to Victor. This is Dara. Hi, Victor.
Nice meeting you. Chico. Nice meeting you.
Dara's got 3 garden boxes that need to get filled with dirt. She's got some mulch to rake from the front to the backyard and some gravel to be raked up into cans. You get a lunch break, and the restroom is available on site and drinking water. Any questions?
No.
You accept the job?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay,
Okay, good.
I think you'll work on it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you're gonna bring you over here. Or...
He'll follow you since he has a truck.
Oh,
He happens
well,
to have a car. So.
Jeez,
Right?
lucky guy. All right, thank you.
Maybe we
Thank
can
you.
call you, Dara, after, maybe in a couple of days to see what your experience
Oh,
was like.
absolutely. So I can call and say, is Victor available today?
Exactly.
You send him to my house, this is Dara.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
it.
Okay,
Have a
thank
good
you.
day.
All
You
right.
got your gloves? Okay, good. Bye. Have a good day. So this is our Day Worker Center classroom. We offer ESL classes twice a week. We have a partnership with the Literacy Program, which is a program at the Volunteer Center of Santa Cruz County.
Like me, but I live in South Guadalajara, and it's really close to, how say you the name?
Jocotepec.
Jocotepec is close now.
Okay. So I was born in Jalisco, Jocotepec. I was born in Monterrey. What city were you born in?
Michoacan.
Michoacan.
Yes.
El Estado.
I will see you on next Saturday.
I will see you next Saturday. At what time? At 9. Uh-huh.
This is also where we have discussions about the importance of day workers building relationships in the community with other organizations, with employers, with amongst themselves, and because we know that that's the way that we'll be the most successful. We have coffee in the morning, juice, we have some bread. Workers will arrive starting at 7 a.m. and they will put on some hot water for coffee or tea, and they'll check in for the day. They'll talk about the jobs that they went out on the day before. So it's a really special feeling to be able to walk in here every morning and know that there are workers that are going to be able to pay their rent because of the job, because they get hired here. They're going to be able to send some money back to their wife. They're going to be able to go out and have a nice night out that night with their family if that's how they choose to spend their money. ¿Ya se va? Okay, so the workers right now are getting ready to go across the street to the animal shelter and weed. And so that's also, you asked what goes on around here. That's another thing that we do. A big part of our program is to be able to show the community that workers care for their neighborhood and want to keep it looking clean and good, and want to feel safe just the way that everyone else does. And so we gladly go out, and in today's case, we're going to clean up their front yard because it's got a lot of weeds. So we're heading there now.
Hi, I'm Kathy Runyon. I'm with the BTS Present Show. I'm here interviewing Chris Schweddy. Chris, can you tell us how you came about to be here today?
With the lack of jobs in this economy in California, if you haven't heard, is like second highest in the nation with unemployment after Nevada. The fact is I put my application and resume into probably 20 plus different places and not a single person called me back. So I figured, why not give it a try? And they've been giving me like works pretty much since I showed up.
What kind of jobs do they send you out on?
Mostly like, you know, kind of like this yard work and so forth, like pulling weeds and so forth, but also construction. So it's mainly physical labor. But hey, it's a job. That's all I can say. Who would have thought that the people actually had this kind of work, like even like lined up even in this bad economy? It's like, so it's really great to be able to get out there. I mean, like it's maybe often unpredictable, but you know, with the amount of layoffs going on, isn't everything. So that's what I say. As long as it's a job and it's legitimate, go for it is what I say. I think it's extremely helpful when looking for work, though, above all else. I mean, if what I say is if you're willing to work, I mean, hey, it's the place to go.
I understand that you're here as a volunteer today. You are not being paid for this job today.
No, not really. It's this is just one of the things to basically kind of get our word out to the community.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us today. Good luck with your continued success. Kathy Runyon, BTS Present Show with Chris
Schweddy.
We have close to 30 workers registered with us now. The workers designed the logo themselves, and they had a long conversation about what it was going to look like. And that, I mean, the bottom line is that they're here to work, and they do. For the most part, workers can do what we call general labor: digging, weeding, cleaning, or maintenance yards or indoor homes. They usually carry their basic tools. They carry their gloves. They carry their goggles. Sometimes they carry their earplugs. They can use basic tools, the shovel, the pick, the rake, the wheelbarrow, and then from there, and we'll find workers who have a lot of experience putting in cement or tile. They've worked for companies where they've done that for years. We have a couple of guys here, two of them, who one of them has a handyman license, and the other one has a roofing license, and they have their trucks and they have their electrical tools. So there's really a variety of skill levels here when it comes to the jobs that they can perform. I'm honored to be here. It really in this point of my life, it's the best job I can imagine having.
Great. I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job. Thank you very much, Maria, for talking with us this morning.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the Day Worker Center?
Day laborers are ready to work, and employers, mostly homeowners, but really anyone who wants to hire a worker, it's quick and easy, and we're ready to serve.
And Alberto.
I'm busy the last month, and I hope this is going to keep going up and up.
And Juan, what would you like to tell us about the Day Worker Center?
The point is to have people get hired. It's a great place to not worry, just go there and look for work and get work. At the center, you can sit down like we are and meet who's gonna go work at your house, and it's, like I said, a safer place, better for everybody. When you're in a good team and you feel like you belong, you just put a little more effort into it. That's like when they say 110% instead of 100%.
So thanks for being here as my guest this evening. We are from the BTS Present Show. It's been my pleasure to have Maria from the Day Worker Center along with Alberto and Juan. Thank you very much for watching tonight, the BTS Present Show.
It's one of the key components of our program is to be able to provide opportunities for workers to improve their employment skills, along with ESL classes, computer classes, and another important aspect of our program is to be able to provide educational experiences and classes so that workers understand what their rights are as workers, and so that they can advocate for themselves both with an employer or, as anywhere really, as they are living their lives here in Santa Cruz County.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Past episodes of the BTS Presents show can be viewed online at dailymotion.com, search for BTS Presents, and vimeo.com, search for Brian Schulman.
This video is made possible thanks to CTV, Community Television of Santa Cruz.
If you enjoyed this program, you can support community television with a generous contribution. Send your tax-deductible donation to CTV, 816 Pacific Avenue, Santa Cruz, California, 95060. You can also support CTV by giving a donation online at www.communitytv.org.
My name is Mireya Gomez Contreras, and I'm the program director for a brand new day worker center. It's the first day worker center on the Central Coast. We had our soft opening the 2nd of April, and I'm very happy to be here to tell you how you can use the center. You, if you're an employer, if you need your rose bushes trimmed, if you need help moving, if you need some cement put down in your backyard, you can come to the Day Worker Center. This is our beautiful logo that was developed by day laborers. And you can come to the Day Worker Center. We will help you find the right worker who will do your job, and we will help you facilitate all of the details about the job. If you want someone who speaks some English, we can send you someone who speaks some English. If you need someone with experience, we can send you someone with experience. Ultimately, the Day Worker Center is there it's a place for employers and day workers to meet and be able to understand what the job is. So if you want to take a close-up of this flyer, this is our flyer. You're going to see it all around the county. And our phone number is area code 831-475-WORK. And work is 9675. So just again, 831-475-9675. You can also request a worker online, or you can send us general inquiries if you're not quite ready to hire a worker. And you can go online at www.dayworkercentersc.org. And we are open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday. Tuesday through Saturday, we open from 7 to 1:30, and on Sundays, we open from 8 to 1:30. I will be on site, and I will be very happy to talk to you over the phone. If you want to stop by in person, 2261 7th Avenue is our address in Live Oak. And we look forward to seeing you.